Hey guys, Mary Meet, and welcome to this week's YouTube Pagan Challenge. And this question, this is an interesting one for me. I actually have something to say, and I haven't had something to say on these questions that was helpful for a while. The question is, would you try psychoactive drugs, hallucinogens, etc. for spiritual purposes? The answer, do I use? Not currently. They're not a part of my practice. I tend to get to an ecstatic state through trance or through intense focus and concentration, or I just find other ways to kind of slip into magical space. However, I have used psychoactives before, and I would use them in the future. I don't currently now, just because I haven't needed to, but some of the most intense spiritual shifts I've gone through have been just unexpected, where I was on something. Acid, usually. And actually one of the most meaningful kind of visions in my life, and I'm actually going to share this. This is really personal, but I'm going to go ahead and share it anyways. When I was in my younger 20s, I had just split up with my boyfriend. And we went to a pagan gathering anyways, just because we'd already made plans. We had bought the tickets. We had planned to go. And things were really uncomfortable. He was really into my best friend. I was really into my best friend. My best friend and I were kind of getting it on. He and I were kind of getting it on. He wanted all of us to get it on. Just the whole thing was just incredibly uncomfortable, right? So the whole thing was just surreal. And I had been with him for 7 years. So this was like major life change, right? So we were there and we dropped some acid. And they went off and had their own acid experiences. I don't even know what they did. But where we were camping in this place that had these huge rock outcroppings, okay? So I was on this huge rock outcropping, kind of like a hill, like a granite hill, looking over this forest. And in this forest, there were fireflies in all the trees. And the rock outcropping was really cool because people had built all these altars there. It was sacred pagan space. And people had built all these altars there. But there are all these, like, patches of moss and everything. And I'm sorry, my dog is snoring under my desk. It's kind of ridiculous, but... So I was sitting out there and I was having kind of my own experience. And I was looking into the trees and all these fireflies. And I kind of was at this point in my life where I had this choice to make, where I was going to either go with what I had known, which was my ex, and things were comfortable there, things were nice, I knew what I was dealing with. You know, I kind of knew that there was a path that we would follow eventually, and it was very laid out, right? Or I had to go into the unknown. And I was actually coming out as, well, I was trying to come out as a lesbian at the time, which I'll get into there's a whole discussion of how sexuality flows and how mine has flown, and anyways. So I was trying to come out, and that was like the unknown, okay? That was like the scary path. The path where I really would develop myself, but where there was a lot of fear, okay? Like panic with that path. So I had this vision. I was just sitting there, and there was this light goddess. She was kind of angelic. She came down from the trees, and she was hovering over here. And there was this dark goddess, and she came down from the trees, and she was over here. And it was very clear to me that the light goddess was the path that I knew, the life that I was meant to live, the path that my family would have approved of, all that sort of thing. And then there was this dark goddess who, she was like everything that I didn't know, everything that I was scared of, everything that... She just represented this unknown future, right? And I'm a Capricorn. I don't like the idea of an unknown future generally. But I had to make a choice, basically. So in this vision, I embraced this dark goddess. And I did set myself on a path where I came out as a lesbian. I have always been openly pagan since then. I have always kind of forged my own path, and it's because I made that choice that day. And it was just kind of a visual representation of what was happening in my mind anyways. But it was incredibly important. And actually, I just dropped acid not that long ago. been a while, but it kind of helped me make some life changes. I maybe shouldn't be admitting to this so much on YouTube, but it helped me really come to terms with some things that I needed to let go of. And it caused kind of a shitstorm for me, but it was really important, and it was really, I broke through some things. So I think, long story short, if you can work with these psychoactive drugs and you can do it responsibly and you know what you're doing, then yes, they can be helpful. But if you're not into them, why would you? Don't. If you're not into it, don't. If you just want to put things in your mouth and have things work out, don't do it. You need to be smart about it. Know what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, I mean, I would never recommend drugs for anyone. They're not for everyone. They're very, I don't know, you can take them to a light place, you can take them to a dark place, just like anything else, just like booze or pot or food or relationships or anything else. So just know yourself, know what you're capable of handling. Don't go crazy. The second you start going crazy and just not caring, then I don't know, you've lost any kind of spiritual connection that may have happened through drug use. But yeah, so anyways, that's my answer. How would I try, or do I use? I don't use. I would absolutely try. I will probably try in the future. I am not by any stretch a drug fiend, but every once in a while, they find their way into my life. So usually when I need them. So that's my answer. So I'm really curious. I'm totally going to watch other people's responses to this, because I'm not sure how many people are going to admit to things. It's kind of tricky. Like on YouTube, I'm not even sure what the... nobody's really watching my stuff. I mean, people are watching my stuff, but I'm not, getting millions and millions of views, so I don't think people are watching my stuff really closely. So, yeah, I'm not advocating anything. So, that's it. Hope you guys are having a great week, and blessed be. Bye-bye.